Okay.
All right. Hi, guys. Welcome to another episode. My name's Molly. I'm from The Planning Touch. I got Heather from Upstate Indie Weddings and Rod from Buffalo Bartenders.
Hi, guys.
Today, we are joined by Tamarie from Spring Lake Winery in Lockport, New York. How are you doing today?
Awesome, thanks.
It's a little gloomy here, like it's been the past month.
But
Gloomy,
it's beautiful.
but gorgeous.
Yeah.
But you can
yeah.
see the beautiful water, and it's stunning.
We'll put a nice little video up there so people
Yeah.
can see what it looks like outside too.
Yeah, if you haven't
Yeah.
been here, you definitely need to grab a spot.
Yeah, just come and get some wine. It'll be
Yeah.
all right.
We like to say escape to the lake.
Yeah, I like it.
I like
it.
that.
People get the feel of being somewhere else
Mhm.
than, Niagara County.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With a long drive down.
I was just gonna say,
And
even
it
just
gets-
driving down
That
here.
threw me off a little bit. I almost stopped at the house over there.
I was going to say, I hope nobody stops at the
The
house.
sign clearly says keep
It
going.
does.
So I love that both of us were like do 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 do.
But it is an Airbnb spot.
Yes.
Oh, that's
a great
awesome.
It's
place
really cool.
to experience the view of the lake.
Yeah.
And take a walk around.
It's
the ground.
huge.
That's
I had
cool.
I had a couple that actually rented it. Was it last year or 2 years ago? That the bride was able to get ready on one floor, and the guys were able to get ready on the
Oh, very
bottom
nice.
floor because
That's
it's
cool.
that large that they
Wow.
were separated, and
Huh.
then they stayed there at night.
I love that.
I don't know if
That's
it's in
cool.
your questions, but can you Airbnb it year round?
Yes.
Or can it just be for brides and grooms?
It's available to
Awesome.
the whole public.
Awesome.
Wow, that's cool. Okay, I'm like mentally.
Yeah.
So if you
Yeah.
book here, you can
Mom,
book the
don't listen to
Airbnb.
this episode because I'm mentally like planning a birthday. Yeah, cool.
So the family likes to call it the compound. So we have
Sure.
a lot of different structures. Behind us, you'll see a tiny home.
Yeah.
So we're experimenting with maybe building some tiny homes around the property
Cool.
and seeing how that would work.
Cool.
And our first structure was our cabin,
Mhm.
and that's available for the bride and grooms to kind of hang out. It's in front of the lake. It just
I think-
doesn't have a restroom, but we have outhouses, and you can always walk up to the winery to use things. But
Yeah.
I
we have a
think
lot
the
of
tiny
different
home
spaces.
thing is such a great idea for weddings that you can
Yeah.
keep as many guests on site, especially after they're drinking,
Right.
and not let them
Yes.
drive home.
That's what most guests like. They
Yeah.
like to be able to just stumble home, not
Yeah.
have to get in a vehicle.
Yeah. We had one group that they actually brought tents.
Oh, wow.
And they pitched
Oh.
tents around
I mean,
the
you gotta do what
cabin.
you gotta do, right?
So you could go from, the estate house where
Mhm.
you're in, a fancier upscale Airbnb, or you could downsize to the cabin and some tents. So
Hey,
there's
whatever
choices
works.
for everyone.
Keep the party going. You know what I mean?
As long as
Especially
you're not
if
in your
people-
trunk at the end of the night.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
that would be a little rough. I think there are so many interesting places, and I think particularly when people are coming in from out of town, it's really cool to just be able to stay in one spot.
Yeah.
And just like hang out and enjoy each other's company.
Yep.
How many times you get everyone you love in one spot, and to be able to extend that and just make it like a weekend is incredible.
Yes.
Yeah, I love that.
Love it. So why don't you tell us a little bit more about Spring Lake Winery? The history of it, what makes it special for weddings. I know we kind of dipped in a little bit into it, but why don't you kind of
Sure.
explain a little bit more?
So the
perhaps?
background of the winery itself is the story called From Gravels to Grapes. This was an old stone quarry, so the pea gravel that you see in the landscaping was actually mined out of the quarry.
Oh, cool.
And then they hit the water table. So they were going to sell it off as a home development, but because of the wetlands, the town wouldn't let them, and we kind of stumbled upon the grounds, and through the years decided what would we do to share this property because it's so beautiful, and the wine trail emerged, and one thing led to another. We knew how to make homemade wine in our basement, didn't know how to grow the grapes, but did some research and found out that Riesling is a great grape to grow in this region. So we picked the Riesling grape and planted the vineyard. And from there, people wanted to start having parties. And at first we had tents, a couple of large tents here. And then people wanted to have weddings. So through the years, we've just grown with what the customers have been asking. And when the tents got old and holy, we built the structure here. And it's proven to be a nice space year round now for guests to come and enjoy for weddings, parties, or just come to the restaurant and enjoy some wine and good food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Such a cool indoor-outdoor feel.
Yeah, these
for
glass
sure.
windows. You just put these in last year.
Last year.
Yeah,
So
they're cool.
this is our
They're
first
really
year
beautiful.
open year round. We're excited to extend our season, and come, like I said, come for our we have a great chef. We just hired on board. Years ago, we had a lot of catering. We can still use that option. But what's nice is you have Plan B built in.
Yep.
You don't have to worry about if you can't be outdoors. We build that into your day.
It's so important to
And
have a
you're not worried
backup
about
option.
it all year round.
Right.
You can say,
Yeah.
okay, we know we're going to have a Plan B, and that takes the stress out of it.
What so what kind of packages do you offer for weddings and events here?
So we like to try to keep it simple for the brides. We put everything into one package price. So you're not adding the venue rental, the food, and the alcohol. And we change the price based on buffet versus plated versus stations. So it kind of makes it a little simpler to do the math.
Right.
Just put it together.
And you guys provide the bar, correct?
Yes. So along with that, we of course have our wines on the list, and we like to use local breweries for the beer and keep it, hometown
The New York vibe.
New York vibe.
Yeah, love it.
So the ceremony space, we didn't really touch on it, but I know that there's the outdoor ceremony space because I did have a wedding here last year or 2 years ago, and I remember it started downpouring as soon as the bride walked down the aisle. The timing couldn't have been worse, but it still ended up being beautiful. Honestly, I thought the photos were really, really cool because they still had flowers. It was still gorgeous. It was really cool. But why don't you tell us a little bit about this outdoor ceremony space?
So we have a couple spots. One is has a wooded area, so you can walk down and the trees and the lake are behind you. Or there's a more open space where there's a canopy and the wide part of the lake is behind you. So there are choices. We also have what we call the grove. So it's a wide open space with a lot of trees, a couple different spots depending on, what the theme is for the bride.
Right. So when a couple comes here and they have their wedding, how do you guys ensure that it runs smoothly, and what do you guys take care of for the bride and groom?
So we like to have the family, a family member on board with the brides from beginning to end, because staff does change through the years. A lot of times you're booking a year or two out in advance, and we might not still have that staff member. So we ensure that someone from the family will be on your file until your wedding day. And then the day of, we have what's called the day of coordinator. She's not really a wedding planner, but she just makes sure that everything's running smoothly. The venue's got all of its I's dotted and T's crossed as far as what's supposed to happen for the day, and also as a liaison between the vendors that are coming in and the winery, so that the bride's not worrying about that. And then we ask for a contact person that day, other than the bride and groom, that we could go to in case we see, the cake didn't arrive, or the food truck's late, or hey, your photographer didn't show up. What do we do?
Oh, man.
So we have a go-to
imagine?
person.
I'm cringing.
I'm
inside.
cringing.
Like,
Yeah.
When a
Crying
vendor doesn't
inside a little bit.
come, it's
So, one time we did have food trucks, and that was the main meal. And they were here 5 minutes before,
Oof.
tables were called. They were able to get it ready because they were a food truck, but
Sure.
you would think they would have rolled up a little bit sooner.
Right.
Stress level's high.
Yeah.
Very high.
So we like to alleviate that for the bride and groom, but have someone that we know we can talk to.
Yeah.
So, and then we go over a lot of things at rehearsal, little fine tuning of how the day is going to go. We put in that Plan B action plan, so that we already know that at 12 o'clock we're going to pull the trigger, or at 11 o'clock. So that's all set. So we try to have a lot of pre-planning done for before the day.
Yeah.
You like having planners here, though,
Yes.
right?
Oh, yeah.
Says Molly the planner.
That helps us a lot.
I
Once
was
again,
because
that's
I've
Molly
worked a
from the
few
Planning
weddings
Touch.
here, and
Anyone that wants to get married here?
But I feel that's a different role.
Yes.
What we're trying to do is ensure that we have someone on
Yes.
site that's making sure that the day runs smoothly.
Right.
Yeah.
Because we have our regular business, which we do down, look past the cabin. So we are open for regular business, and we have that whole staff that's working there. But the bride has her staff that she'll be working with that
Right.
day.
Sure.
Right.
And then that acts as a liaison with any planners that come in.
Yes,
I
the
feel like you-
planners are a little extra help.
Yep.
I feel like you could never have too many backup plans
No.
for issues.
Yeah,
A day of
No.
planner for the bride is great because they're with that person from the morning.
Yeah.
And that really helps keep her on schedule.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And act as that liaison for different things.
Yeah.
Right.
Hair and makeup. And
All
kind
the
of
other
stuff.
things
All
on the
the other
checklist
things.
that needs to be addressed. Yeah, for sure.
All right, so why don't we dive into, we did kind of already, with the food trucks, other challenges and other things you've seen at weddings and events that, it's last minute and somebody's got to take care of it. What kind of, challenges have you encountered?
I think anything that gets encountered by having a day of coordinator or a wedding planner, it takes the stress away from the bride. Things do happen. Music doesn't work. They forgot something.
Right.
We had someone that was playing an instrument for the ceremony and forgot their instrument.
Oh,
So
I mean,
How do you not
kind of
do-
feels like something
Isn't that the most important
that
thing?
you would remember, like put by the
well, they
door
were at
before
they
you.
were
Or
at
in
a
your
job, a
trunk?
different job. So they had this was like a second,
I see.
like a side job that they would
Sure.
do. So they were running from work and forgot to bring the instrument in the car.
Wow.
So, we all put our heads together and we called the local music stores and were
Wow.
able to rent one and the bride never
Wow.
knew. till
I
the
can't
end
tell you how
of
many
the
times
night.
Wow.
I can't
So
tell you how
that
many
is
times I
sweet.
stop on my way to an event and I'm
Yeah.
like, do I have this in my car? And
Uh,
I'm freaking out the whole way there because I'm like,
making sure.
I know I
Right,
put it in
that's-
here, but did I?
But
And you're just sitting
And
in
me
there
lately-
hoping and thinking.
Me and my clumsiness and forgetfulness. This is gonna be a rough season for this.
I know. A lot of people laugh at me for my checklist, but I really
But you
can't.
need all
You need
of
that.
it.
I mean, there's
There's
just
too many
yeah.
things. Yeah,
Too
like
many things.
too
Too
many
many
things in
balls
your
in the
head. You
air.
need. I'm
Yeah.
more like I like to write things
Yeah.
down because then I see it.
And I try
know.
to go to the computer world and keep up with the times, but that piece of paper.
I know, and having a hard copy.
No, I'm the same way.
And it's a satisfaction.
Your binder.
Of, like,
Yes. Sometimes I'll put
Crossing
something
it off.
on the to-do list just so I can cross it off so I
Yeah.
can feel accomplished. But I like physically
I like
writing
crossing
Yeah.
it off.
that I've done something.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a lot that goes into the
Yeah.
day for the bride, for the venue,
Yeah.
and things do happen. The most important thing is not putting that stress on the bride
Mhm.
and putting on your smile. And everything's fine,
Mhm.
and they compliment you at the end of the day. You kept everything running so smoothly, and that's what counts.
So
For
did,
sure.
did the bride find out?
And not till the end of the
Okay.
Yeah,
We
I
love
told
those
her.
stories.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
that's one of our favorite things to hear about.
And that's like
Yeah.
part of the whole thing is like taking care of those kind of things without the couple even knowing, so they
Right.
don't even have to worry about, oh my god, they forgot their instrument. Like, what are we gonna do? It's like they don't even know,
They
so they
don't.
don't have to worry about it.
So
'Cause-
communication is the key, especially if you're renting a venue and you do have all those extra elements where you have a bar and you have somebody really needs at that time you really need a wedding planner
Yeah.
Yeah.
because there's no way you can keep all of those things together.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's choppy.
Yeah.
So I would recommend if you don't have a all-inclusive package, be sure to have someone that can manage that for
Yeah,
that day.
vendor management's huge.
Yeah.
A lot of my couples they book their own vendors ahead of time. Like when I kind of get in place, so then I start working with those vendors and
Right.
reaching out to them and kind of taking care of being the main point of contact, so the bride and groom don't have to worry as
We
much.
have, caterers that come in too, where we just rent the space out and the caterers come in. We be sure that they have a checklist of what they can expect when they get here.
Yeah.
What we provide, what we don't provide.
Sure.
A lot of brides don't realize what goes into just the catering side versus the venue itself. Simple things like garbage cans and,
Right.
Oh, yeah.
and staff
Yeah.
to serve the food.
Sure.
Sometimes they don't realize that, they have to hire waitress staff. And
Right.
It's not just the catering package, but all the other things that go into it.
So if they do the food through you, do you supply all the staff
Yes.
then? Okay.
Uh-huh. Yeah, our package includes everything.
And do you have to, because I know that your in-house catering is a little bit newer,
Yeah.
right? Do you have to use the in-house caterer? But you said you can use.
You can use outside caterers.
You don't have to use
You don't
yours.
have to, but we recommend it because by the time you put the expense into
Right.
the outside
Mhm.
caterers, because they have to bring everything in.
Mhm.
Because we're using our kitchen for our regular business, and there's no
Right, the
kitchen.
caterer has to bring
so
the
they have
food
to bring in
prepped.
the kitchen
Yeah.
and bring in the staff and bring in all that.
Right.
All of the tableware, dinnerware, all of that, and it starts adding up.
Oh yeah.
Where it's more efficient or cost effective if you do the whole package.
Do you offer the linens and
Yes.
napkins and stuff
Yeah.
too?
It's really nice.
Perfect. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the restaurant here? I know I've seen events because I live relatively close to here. So why don't you tell us a little bit about like what you got up and coming and what kind of events you have going on with the
So
restaurant?
this weekend is our kickoff weekend, Easter weekend. We have our adult Easter egg hunt. So you get to be a kid for the day without your kids.
With wine.
Yeah.
And with wine and run out in the woods and find some fun prizes. We have a couple great grand prizes. If you find the golden egg, you get to go to the Batavia Downs is one.
Oh,
Cool.
The estate house is rental is one, and then we have a new hotel out in Derby that gave us
very
nice.
donated
Cool.
a prize. And then we have, little money prizes, candy. You're always going to get something, but most of all, just a lot of fun.
Do you still have openings for that?
Yeah.
Okay, just curious.
So we'll see
Asking for a
Molly
friend.
I might be
with
here.
some bunny ears on, hopping around, looking for eggs.
This
Looking
year
for the
is
golden egg for the state house.
There you
Yeah,
go.
right?
So this year is new. We're doing brunch is very popular.
Yes.
We are finding, and our brunch is unique in that you get off the pick off the menu. You might have to edit that.
No, we're rolling. It wasn't.
My tongue's getting tired. So you pick off the menu rather than going up to a buffet.
Oh, nice.
However, our larger brunches like Mother's Day and Easter, then it is a buffet, but it's quite a sizable buffet, different choices.
Cool.
Is it just a Sunday buffet, or do you do Saturdays as well?
We just do Sundays,
Okay.
yes. Once we get into the seasons, weddings pretty much take over our
Gotcha.
Saturday.
Yeah,
it makes
true.
sense.
Which gives us a unique dining experience. We like to call your visits here to the winery experiences. We want to say that you have some fine wine and memorable experiences here at Spring Lake. And down past the cabin, we have what's called the Wine Garden. It's set up more of a casual dining. We have an outdoor kitchen down there, so the menu's a little bit different. And there's some sails to keep you from the sun, but it's very open air, so weather permitting, we're outside. And that's a lot of fun to have an afternoon just sitting by the water.
That was
Have a
open for
picnic
Father's
experience.
Day, right?
Yeah.
Because I
Kind of
checked
a,
it out.
Picnic type experience,
Nice.
but with a little bit of upscale flair to it.
It's cool. There's so many
I
options.
was just saying, there's a lot of to
here.
walk
There's
around.
a lot to
Yeah.
see. There's a lot to do. I mean, you have this beautiful lake in front of you. I love that.
You can walk around the lake too, because I have.
We
Oh,
have
wow.
maps that we have different walking trails.
Mhm.
So in the winter we started something new. We did tasting in the woods,
Oh,
Oh,
cool.
wow.
and
cool.
so you got your tasting glass, and you went on a trail and had different tasting sites. So
Very
that was
cool.
something
That's
fun.
cool.
Oh, that's cool. I
think
didn't see
we're
that.
gonna bring that out in the fall.
Okay.
As something new to do. So kind of like a wine walk, but in the
Yeah.
woods.
That'll
I
be
like
fun.
that.
That'll be
That's
fun in
really
the fall with all the different colors.
Oh,
outside,
sure.
walking through that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And, like,
speaking of the seasons, what is the difference between the different vibes in here between fall, spring, summer?
So yeah, it changes. So you again, you can have a different experience
Mhm.
different times of the year. We'll be getting the flowers popping up in the garden soon. You can see them trying to come through, and
They're trying.
They're
There's snow in my
trying.
car
Yes.
this
I know, I
morning,
saw
so
it.
they were trying very hard, but they're getting there.
We'll see a little bit of color, and then a lot of color through the summer
Mhm.
and fall. So
It's gotta be so pretty.
Yeah.
we have fire pits out in the fall and at nighttime, so
Mhm.
it's nice to sit by the fire, by the lake. And
Yeah.
have some s'mores maybe. And
Feels dreamy to me. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's
I'm
lots of
sold.
options.
Yeah, I love it.
So let's say a couple was coming here. What is one thing you think that they should keep in mind when they're booking their wedding here?
Well, it's a beautiful setting for pictures. The vineyard is unique in that the sun sets in the vineyard, and
Oh.
so you have that backdrop with the vineyard and the sun setting. So be sure to leave some time to take pictures at night when the sun is setting.
That golden
because it's
hour.
Golden
kinda
hour.
Get caught up in the reception side of things, but those are some nice photo ops. We also have a railroad track that runs through the property. So we
Oh,
have
cool.
the Vineyard Express that runs, and we have different train runs through the year. We're working on a chocolate and wine train where you can sample
Fun.
some wine and chocolates and then stop here.
Wow, there's
There's
a
some
lot going
shopping.
on here.
And so that's a fun, different experience to take photos here. Sometimes we let the groomsmen fish while they're waiting for their bride.
Oh,
Wow.
So by request, if you
I
want to
like how
bring
you
your
said
fishing
sometimes for certain eligible
It
groups.
depends.
Yeah.
So we try to accommodate different things here and keep it as casual or as upscale as you'd like.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
just
Let's.
ask what you ask, and you never know unless you ask.
Yeah.
type of thing.
Yeah. So how would people get in contact with you? If they want to come see the space, if they want to book something here, how do they get in contact?
So
with
on
you?
our website, we do have a information form that you fill out, and then we'll send you information and book a time to look at things. We like to
Perfect.
get to know our customers as a winery customer, not just a wedding request.
Mhm.
So we try to get people's emails and communicate first
Yeah.
with
Perfect.
them as a customer.
So that I want to talk more about the State House because
Okay.
I love it. There's a pool in it.
Yes.
Correct.
Wait.
What else is in it? Because I briefly looked at it.
Okay,
So
so downstairs is a game room. So we have a pool table, some games for the guys.
Cool.
So as you were mentioning, the guys kind of like to hang out downstairs. There's a bedroom and bathroom so they can get dressed. And we have some really great photo opportunities there. I have a favorite where a bride and groom, the photographer was very creative. And the bride was looking down at the groom from upstairs, the big picture window. It's like an A-frame window. Down at him, he was looking out at the lake.
Oh, cool.
And then they came for their first look, but she took the picture of them. And it was just
So cool.
yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of unique things to do here.
yeah, it's so gorgeous in there. It's so gorgeous in there. Is there any other future stuff happening here that you want to let everybody else know about?
We got our Music Sunday kickoff for Father's Day. The car show kicks our Music Sundays off. So we have a lot of bands every Sunday, pretty much through the season to the fall. Just come bring your lounge chair and folding chair. We have an outdoor cafe type menu, light fare, hamburgers, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Just sit and enjoy the grounds. Pretty much that's it coming up, other than just like you
Weddings.
said, coming on wedding
Just
season.
weddings.
It'll be starting.
Hopefully the season starts getting better though. Like this cold is just I'm ready
It'll
to shake it
start.
off.
This weather teases us from
I
time to
know.
time. It's coming. There's sun coming. So
It was nice on Monday.
Winter.
I don't-
know,
I don't-
yesterday we had
gorgeous.
all seasons. We had snow. We had hail. We had the sun.
I'm over it. I'm over it.
I don't get excited about the weather till Memorial Day these days.
Yeah.
Because
Say
you just
May.
never know.
But I mean, we've been talking about like, oh, you can have a glass of wine by the fire outside, and the music and the food and the whole. Like, I want to do that.
I know.
It's
I want to be
yeah.
outside.
No, you can. It is cold.
I want some sun.
But Western New Yorkers can play
I
in the cold.
know.
Yeah.
It's got a bundle on.
Yeah.
I know. Being a baby, but still.
All right. Is there anything else anybody else wanted to add or have any questions for Tammarie?
I think you killed it. You got everything in there.
I mean,
All
I'm
right.
just mentally making notes for all the times I have to put on the calendar to come back here.
She sends
and
out
all the
emails. I
events.
get emails
Okay.
on
Yeah.
when there's stuff
All right,
too.
well, I'm gonna get on your email list
Okay.
because this sounds like my kind of place.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We like seeing the deck start filling up this weekend. There was a lot of people out on the
Yeah.
deck. They took advantage of that little bit of
Yeah.
sunshine
Yeah.
that we had, and it feels good to see people coming back.
Awesome.
For sure.
Love it.
Excited to see all the commotion going on.
In the chaos.
You mentioned your website and everything. Are you on social media?
Yes, we're on Facebook
Okay.
and Instagram.
Awesome. Is it Spring Lake Winery? Spring
Right.
Lake Wine. I can't.
Yeah.
Now I'm.
Spring
Spring
Lake
Lake.
Winery.
Now I know
Why
why
not, right?
All right, guys. Well, if that's all for today, make sure you're hitting like and subscribe. Make sure you're watching all the way through this video, and we will see you next week. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.